Hey, good afternoon, Facebook, YouTube, Periscope, as well as the podcasting sites that we use. We have a great interview ahead. I'll get a chance to interview these brothers. They have a YouTube channel as well. Um, and it's a sports show. It's called 4G Sports. And these three gentlemen, I'm glad is allowing me to interview them. And it's hard to get an interview live, number one, and it's also hard to get an interview live with sports guys on a sports day. Um, and I always say this is a week 11 in the National Football League.
Yes, sir.
Where they play for pay. But we're gonna get to the meat and potatoes of this thing, man. How you brothers doing, man?
Man, I'm doing good.
Well, wonderful.
That's good. So we got two of the brothers live in Arizona, and one brother lives in Atlanta. They have a beautiful show. I checked them out. One of their episodes, I think you guys had the MMA guy on there.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Great. Yeah. I checked them out. And I definitely been a little negligent because I've been getting all the links for y'all shows y'all been putting up, but I haven't really had the time. So I truly apologize as one of you guys supporters that I need to get on the ball and watch you guys show a little bit more often, as much as possible, because we need to support each other with the content because.
Yes,
I know how hard it is just to work on this thing. So let's talk about the genesis of the show. Who's the chef? Who's the chef in the room? Who's the one that said let's do it? Who's the one that said I think we could do it? Let's go. Let's start off with that.
Well, as you can see, they're pointing at me. This is an idea that I kind of had for 3 to 4 years now. I had started it, doing it with another name, and never really did anything with it. So once the pandemic hit, the sports mom kind of looked at me and said, do you still want to do it? Let's do a sports cast. I was like, who's going to want to, who's going to watch that now with no sports going on? But as I thought about it, and she kept saying, well, let's just see how it'll work. But we got to come up with a name first. And I was like, I got a name. She's like, no, that was your old stuff. We're going to scrap all that and start from scratch. So we kind of mingled around for about a week and came up with 4G Sports. And 4G Sports originally was supposed to be 4 guys. So it was me, the King, my other partner named the Don, and it was going to be my other cousin. It never materialized. So it was just me, King, and Don for about a month and a half, 2 months. Doc came on. He was one of our fans at first. When I say anything we put out, he reposted. He answered everything. He was there. So our real first interview was Doc.
Wow.
Yeah. And things happen, and the chemistry that we did with the interview with him, Sports Mom was like, that's the 4th G.
Right.
And I was like, I never thought of it that way, but and then I asked the other 2 gentlemen, they was like, let's run it. And I think a week later, the Don had to drop out. He had some personal stuff he had to take care of, but he's still part of the show. And the Doc stepped right in, and it's been us 3 ever since. And as I can I'm gonna tell you right now, we've kind of rocked differently ever since, and it's been a ball. And if everybody can't really tell right now, the one at the bottom underneath me, the King, that's family. That's my cousin. So it was really tight. And Doc is King's. They used to coach together. They're best friends. Yeah. So that's how it kind of, all meshed together, and we've been rocking since May ever since. So I can't complain. The 2 ingredients I have next to me, and I tell you this, and I mean it. If we could have the Don with us, oh my God,
man. Yeah.
You don't understand.
Yeah.
I think we would be banned off a lot of stuff because that's a lot of stuff that we don't. I mean, we kind of keep it light, not too much cussing and not too much adult content. But when I tell you everybody has classic one-liners, the show is just, everybody on the show does their own.
When you guys conversate when you're not doing a show, King, I'm gonna ask you this question.
Okay.
Tell me the typical time when y'all start arguing.
You know, for us as since we've been on, we really haven't really fussed. We have our great debates, but never really. I don't think we've ever fussed on the show, to be honest with you. I know we had some difference in opinion on college and basketball and football teams. We have some opinions on that. I don't want to call it fussing, but we have some difference of opinion on that. But like the OG said, man, we get along. It's like peanut butter and jelly, man. It just works no matter what show we're doing, who's on the show, what we're talking about. We just mesh like that for some reason. It just happened.
Doc, what has been your biggest thing that you noticed since you joined the team? Like,
I think how quickly we all just kind of vibed. You know, it was pretty instantaneous. Like you said, I came on as a guest with no real expectations other than that. Just I enjoyed what they were putting out. I was staying involved in the conversation, and you know, the King's my boy from way back, so I'm one of those cats that like I want to support everything my boys do. You know what I mean? So let me just keep pushing it out. Like I want to see you thrive and rise. I'm one of them. So when they asked me to come on as a guest, I was like, yeah, of course, man. Like whatever I can do to support. And then honestly, it's weird because it just felt right. Like that whole episode was dope. And when I got the message, I guess you're right, probably about a week later, and it was more like, hey, do you want to be the fourth G? Because at that time, we didn't know yet that Don was going to be stepping away. And it was just very humbling. And I knew from that first episode, I was like, this is going to be a vibe because we all, we get crazy. Like you said, we got one line. I always call it t-shirt material, man. We come away with t-shirt material every episode.
What was I about to ask you guys? So tell me, Doc, what do you think as King's friend, that was the least you could do was to share his content?
Oh yeah.
Because the reason why I asked it, because a lot of people don't know, when you start out with this thing, and OG definitely knows what I'm about to say. You wind up peeking at your views.
Yeah.
And you're like, dang, I can't get no support. Even the people that know me don't show no support. The least you could do is watch for like 5-10 minutes and share it on your page. So, Doc, as King's friend and as another person that's on YouTube, what you did for him, whether you realize it or not, just sharing it means a lot to him, and I'm glad that you guys, they extended the offer to you to come and be part of the 4th G, and you realized, man, that doing that sharing and liking and helping him out, regardless of him being a person that may have a lot of motivation, we all may go through that little discouragement point, man, and we need that. We need that. And OG, so tell me, man, I know. Tell me when you first started seeing them likes, how you felt.
At first it was kind of like, okay, we put a little damage in, and then after a while, we had a real good run of constantly about 220, 230 views every episode.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, this is starting to really take off. People are really, since there's no sports, people are really paying attention to us. But as stuff start coming back, things start slowing up, but we kind of had more stuff to talk about. So I think right now we're still trying to find that balance of trying to know when to come on, how to come on, so we're not interrupting like Monday Night Football and stuff like that. So it's still a thing. But I mean, man, it's a blessing to see people really pay attention to what you do, what you love to do.
So let me ask you guys this one question, because I know I only can imagine you guys are getting a lot of athletes on your show and trying to get athletes on your show. So it takes the three of you guys to follow these guys on Twitter, follow these guys on Instagram, be in their inboxes, not on the fanboy stuff, but be like, look, I got a platform. Yeah. Explain to the audience how that is, how you guys go about that.
I think in the beginning, we kind of set parameters because we really want to do we want to cover all sports, but we really wanted to focus on high school, the transition to high school to college and college to pros. Because to me, I guess to all of us, but really that was kind of our statement in the beginning of saying we would like to get more high school kids and coaches and how to get people and parents ready to get their kids to the next level, scholarships and all that kind of stuff. And it just kind of spiraled out of control because it came at one point. It was just friends of friends. I know this coach. I know this coach. I know this person. I know this person. And then all of a sudden it went from us doing shows by ourselves to, I think it was about a good month and a half to 2 months. We did nothing but interviews. And that was because, the Sports Mom would hit certain people. King knew certain people. Doc knew certain people. And they just outdo it. We've had a coaches roundtable, which was 2 shows of just coaches. And they just, I'm not even a coach. So I sat back and I just really listened. And I think that was one of our great shows. But like when we got Jared Gooden, that's Sports Mom. I'm gonna keep that 100. That's Sports Mom from a connection that we interviewed earlier. And we're supposed to have him back in August. He got hurt during training. And certain guests we've been waiting on. There's one guest, and Doc knows what I'm talking about, that we had him lined up. Baseball came back, and now we have to wait. But now we have him now. So
all right. I'm not gonna ask you that one. I'm gonna wait.
Go ahead.
But I'm gonna ask you a different one. I'll ask all 3 of y'all a different one. Doc, I start with King. Your dream interview.
Oh,
my dream interview, sports or anyone?
Anybody.
Oh man, Magic Johnson. I want to talk to Magic Johnson, man. And what's it like to be, the king of LA? Lakers, Dodgers, theaters. I mean, it's magic. It's magic. You know what I'm saying? That's magic. Just to sit down and have a dialogue with that man and pick his brain on he was a player, he was a coach, he's a partial owner of 2 different sports. He's, man, he's the man. To be honest with you, he's the man. Magic Johnson, hands down.
Man, that was quick.
That's a good choice.
Doc.
If it was anybody dead or alive, I would say Kobe. I just feel like any interview I've ever seen with that man has always been spot on. He'll answer your question. He's not afraid of a question, and I think that's important for an interview. You can't like tiptoe around questions. You need to be able to go at it. But now I'd have to say Mike Tyson, man. I'd love to interview Mike Tyson. Just be a wild time.
I don't think that's going to be hard for you guys to get Tyson. I think you guys will get him.
I think we could get him, especially after this fight. I think we'll be able to get him.
Yeah,
you guys will get him.
Not if you lose it.
Well,
he ain't losing, bro. If you seen that tape, he ain't losing. Roy Jones' head about to roll off his body, bro.
The way he was throwing up that hook, man.
Boy,
my goodness.
I used to
Yeah,
look, and we know Tyson was an uppercut man, but that hook looked like something.
Dangerous.
He's looking vintage, man.
So OG.
Yes, sir.
You know, me and you share the same football team.
It's two interviews I would want, honestly. One, Jerry and Stephen Jones. I don't even want to interview. Just give me 5 minutes, personal time, so I can let loose my frustration on how you are tearing up my team. That's one. That's one. And I wouldn't even want to put it out. I wouldn't even say I had to talk with him. I just need 5 minutes. But the interview I think that I really would want to do is the Up in Smoke team. Steven Jackson and Matt Barnes. I would love to do an interview.
I have a backstory with Steven Jackson.
That would be fun.
I had a friend that's from the same town, a mutual friend. Introduced me to a guy that's from the same town Steven Jackson's from. So I says to him, I said, "Yo, man, you the best basketball player from your little town?" And he said, "Nah." He said, "It's this high school kid named Steven Jackson." And this was 95.
Yes, sir.
He said, "Listen, it's a kid named Steven Jackson that's coming out of here, man." He's like, "Yo, he gonna be the one." And every time I see Steven Jackson, man, you know, I think about that, and I'm like, "Yo, I followed this guy ever since then." And you know, Steven Jackson's a very, very interesting guy. You know, Matt is trying to get into politics, and I really like their platform. They developed a good chemistry.
Yes.
It's interesting. Mine would be is as crazy as it may seem, sports wise, I've always had a love for Junior, man. Griffey Jr., yo. And seeing him on Shannon's show a couple weeks ago brought tears to my eyes because Junior, he was my guy. He was my guy growing up, man. The way he swung the bat, the way he handled himself. With Doc, like you and Doc wearing y'all hat backwards. Junior was the first one that did it, man.
Yes.
Junior was just cool. And you know, I'm a diehard Yankee fan, and I know the history about why he never came to the Yankees, and that always bothered me. So let me ask you guys, and I always try to ask people this when I talk to them or interview them. Have you guys had your pinch me moment? Like, yo, we really doing this thing, yo? Have you had that moment yet?
I can't speak for them two, but I think for me, when I when we do certain interviews and then you see them play or do their particular sport, you kind of go, wow, I talked to that cat and I know that cat, you know, so I think I've had that once or twice, but there's a couple of more moments I know we're going to have together, but I've had it personally for myself just because this was my brainchild. And every time I see anybody retweet, share anything that we do, I'm just like, you know, I just got to look up and thank God because it's a dream for me that's coming true. So I have my pinch moment every time someone likes or shares anything that we do. King.
I would have to say yes. Also, like all the guests that we've had on the show, they have been really, really good dudes. You know, they spoke the truth. They spoke from the heart, and they gave it to us, even though the good, the bad, and the ugly, and it was always raw and uncut. But they always spoke the truth about no matter and showed their passion for what their craft was. I would say yes, just because like a lot of guys that we have on the show, the guests that I brought on, I've known them since high school and college, and I've seen them in actual action. So for them to now be older and now giving back to their community, working with kids, youth programs, sports coaching, no matter what it is neat to see that because we're small time, but to them. To get that invite from us, they thought we were just the biggest thing since sliced bread, you know. And they're excited to come on the show.
Yeah,
and so are we.
Yeah, I'm gonna say not yet, and the reason I say that is I actually envisioned some pretty great things for our crew. So I'm going to say I haven't yet had that mind-blown pinch moment yet. You know what I mean? We've had some amazing, great moments. Don't get me wrong. But I mean, we wild out and all that. And I just see greatness ahead for us as long as we continue staying the course. And I think it gets easy. It's easy to stay the course because on the flip end, I just love doing it. I love doing this with these guys. So to me, and I said it on one of our episodes just a couple weeks back, whether it's 1 follower, 185 followers, or 1 million followers, I just love doing this with them. So I think that moment's coming.
Yeah. One of the biggest things that a lot of people don't understand outside of you guys and your immediate family is the work that has to be put in.
Yep.
Explain to my audience and your audience that's going to watch the show how much work is done to get a guest, to get to come on the show, get the timing right, and you guys are in different spots, so I already know how that can be. Just explain that, the journey to getting where you guys want to go, Doc, like you said, and all the work you guys putting in. Explain to the audience about that.
I think we have to defer to OG on this one because really, if I'm super real here, the fact that we have a producer and a sports mom that really heads up all of that,
right?
She takes on that. She lives the difficulties of what we do on a daily basis. So shouts out to Sports Mom, first of all, but OG, I think that's because you see it up close and personal. So I think that's your question to answer.
No, if it, like he said, if it's anything that we need for the show, any deadlines, and when I tell you I get it worse than any of them, it's a Sports Mom. I can't take credit for it. I'm like, because we kind of flip roles. I was always behind the scenes of whatever I did. But now, man, that woman works. When I tell you, she works us to death. She works us to death. But you'll never know because once we get on these platforms and we get to do what we do, it's so easy because she's done all the work and got us prepped for it.
Yeah.
Hey,
shout out to
we
Sports
don't get
Mom
away
because,
with nothing.
Shout out to
say
Sports
it
Mom
again.
Because shout out to Sports Mom.
Sports Mom.
We scheduled the interview. I said one day, she said another day. Then she said, no, this is the day. This is the day I can get all of them together. Cleaned up our promo thing. Cleaned up. Help me out as well in the process. And all I can say is, right now, I could speak. When I say this, I can say this with full conviction. For you guys' platform as well as mine, man. This is just the beginning. It's some big things that's gonna come you guys' way, and one of the things that King mentioned, and which is very, very vital, and I don't think a lot of people consider this throughout their life, is building those relationships.
Yes. Building
those relationships along the way. And like King said, seeing these people. And I remember one time we were discussing athletes giving back, right? And I was telling somebody that I've never seen athletes not give back. Like even on any level, even on the D3 level, athletes always give back, and King mentioned how he's seen these guys give back and how they really be sincere no matter what level they're on.
Right.
So, so I really appreciate you guys, man. I'm glad you guys allowed me to interview you guys, and I got you guys, man. If I could help y'all guys in any way, I got you. Man. My platform is always open to you guys. I'm a sports guy. I love sports. I was around it all my life since I was a little guy. My teams is the Houston Rockets, the Yankees, and the Cowboys. If I told y'all the history of how I got those teams,
I was
may
fixing
laugh
to
at me,
ask.
but,
I was fixing to ask. I'm like, how in the world?
No, Doc.
No, the Houston Rockets. Yeah,
You
he
hold that
started, right?
answer.
Yeah,
You hold that answer when you come on our podcast.
You have to come
when
on.
we interview you.
It'll be very interesting, you know.
Cool.
But
Cool.
like you guys, you know, once we get older, you start realizing other teams and other organizations and GMs and knowing when it's a team that can't win nothing. And you know, I know Doc is out there in Phoenix as well as King, and you see that the ownership of the Suns is building, and you know, Booker has always been a great player the last 5 years. Now he got noticed because of the pandemic, and it's like, you know, this is what you appreciate as a sports fan, which is short for fanatic. Your word, OG.
There you go.
You know.
Yes.
So tell me, is there anything else that you know you guys are like excited about? What you're looking forward to?
Man. I mean, of course, as you see, we do have the merch. We got shirts. Basically, we got anything you want. We get shirts, hats, masks, anything you want. As far as what's coming up, I mean, as long as I'm with these two guys, man, it doesn't even matter. It really doesn't matter what we do, where we go. As long as I got these partners by my side, and I'm not, like I said, I will never forget. If I can get my boy back, the Don back to get us to the 4Ds that we supposed to be.
Oh, man, yeah.
I'm telling you, we would be unstoppable because there's 4 different perspectives, 4 different teams. I don't think no one cheers for the same team except me and the King for basketball. So you're getting arguments all the way around on football, basketball, baseball. It could be hockey, whatever. We all have different teams. So that's what made it so much fun for me.
Yeah.
Because no one, you know, we all don't look at stuff the same way. Me and the Doc will go at it about the Cardinals and the Lakers and the Suns. And it's all fun because as soon as we end it, we will sit backstage and laugh and just say, you know what?
Yeah.
That was a great show. We need to make sure we understand how to stay that way. Just let stuff fly and have a good time. And man, I don't.
Yeah, I will.
I'm done.
I will say to the King, man, Magic Johnson's an interesting guy when it comes to Twitter. Because he said the other day when he said Rob Pelinka GM of the year, come on, Magic. Let him finish, man. Let him finish.
He got a point.
It's still early.
Man, hey, look. Let me tell you something.
I'm gonna say number 17.
Let me say, and I would have probably I say this on the show. Yeah, here we go.
Here we go.
It's LA, man. I could be GM of the year in LA. All you gotta do is pick up the phone and say, "Hey, you want to come to LA?" That's it, man. You don't even have to be a GM.
Hey, Doc, who's the GM? Who's the GM? Rich Paul or LeBron?
Oh,
Rich Paul. Rich Paul.
No, I go. I ain't gonna say that. That would be wrong. I actually like Rob Pelinka. I mean, it's amazing to me that with sports, you know, and you guys know, when a team win the championship, it's like these leagues just open up for them and just start giving these guys all these good players, you know, and they probably gonna sign Marc Gasol at any minute. So it's like, what the heck is going on?
Yeah, it looks like he's going between Clippers and Lakers right now. That's like his decision, Gasol.
Look at King.
Everybody ring chasing. Ring chasing.
See, King got a little gray in his beard, right? Like me. So King remember them Anthony Taylor days.
Oh,
he remember the Nick Van Exel days.
Oh,
them Campbell, Vlade Divac days.
How about them Smush Parker days?
Oh my God!
Wait a minute, I got you beat. Kwame Brown.
Oh.
That's not good.
I still can't believe Michael Jordan picked this guy, yo. Like, why?
Hey.
Why?
You know what? I seen something. I just want to put this out there now. They said Michael Jordan is the blueprint for the worst owner in sports.
Why?
Charlotte has not done anything since he's been the owner. Charlotte has been in the basement of that division ever since he's been there.
I think that's he takes a little bit too much heat for that. I think that Michael was given that franchise by the NBA, so to say, as a token for what he did for the league. He don't get a lot of TV money, so it's like I'm surprised that Hayward signed for all that money to go there.
Oh my God!
But you give Michael a team with a big market, it could get interesting.
Yeah.
It could get interesting.
I'm just saying. I mean, ever since he's been the owner.
So I need you guys, OG and King. I need y'all to go on record right now.
Yes, sir.
Lakers gonna repeat?
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
absolutely. Who gonna beat them? Who gonna beat them? Clippers are done.
Yeah. See, now you done made Doc mad. See, you can tell when he's mad because he just sits there. And as you can see, this is all we do. This is all we do.
Let me sip on my haterade real quick.
Here we go.
They ain't repeating nothing, man. They ain't repeating nothing.
Who gonna beat us, Doc? Who gonna beat us?
The Suns.
COVID.
The Suns gonna beat us?
You said COVID?
Hey, Doc, unfortunately, you might be right. Listen, man. Is there anything else you guys like to share, man? I really enjoyed you guys, man. I told you I got some stuff coming your way. So,
man,
be prepared.
I'm gonna go on the record and say, Roy Jones will beat Mike Tyson next Saturday.
What the hell? What the? Godly. You didn't eat your peanut butter sandwich today, did you? Good grief.
Listen, everybody in the chat, those that may watch in the future, make sure you guys follow. Make sure you guys follow 4G Sports. Remember to subscribe. Make sure you hit that bell notification so whenever they upload their videos, that you get a notification from YouTube. And remember, hitting the share and hitting the like button allows the algorithm in YouTube to promote their brand, to promote what they're trying to do. It's not easy starting a platform from an organic space and not having a celebrity behind you who brings fans automatically to your platform. Yeah. So, Doc, OG, King, I respect you guys. I like what you guys are doing. Like I said over and over again, if it's anything I could do to help you guys, just let me know. And we get this thing jumping, man. Make sure that Sports Mom, I know you there somewhere. Make sure that when these guys are doing something, make sure you let me know so I could at least share it at the minimum to the platforms that I have, because that's the least I can do.
That'll work.
Let me know about the merch. She Sports Mom is we've met through a mutual friend, and we've been friends via the social media networks for like 4 years. So she knows that I have no problem with sharing no content at all. So definitely. So you guys, man.
And before we get out of here, I just on behalf of the 4G family, we'd like to say thank you for interviewing us. And also, you have to do us the pleasure of coming on our show so we can interview you.
That's going to be interesting. That's going to be interesting, but
that's going to get wild.
Knowing the teams that I like, it's going to be interesting.
Oh yeah, I already have questions. I already got them cooked up. Let's get this thing popping.
Hey, Doc, just remember what I said. I'm a LeBron James fan, but I do not root for LeBron when he's the favorite. I like to root for LeBron when he's the underdog.
I'm going to remember that because there's a specific question we asked these guests, so I can't wait.
I'm glad you brought that up, Doc. I'm glad you brought that up.
I'm an underdog guy. You know, I don't like Anthony Davis neither, so we just put that out there right now.
Okay.
He's Mr. Softy, but we ain't gonna talk about that.
Hey, Mr. Softy got a ring. Thank you very much.
Man, that ain't a real ring, man.
Before I go, I do got one last question, right? We had this thing, and I know that you guys, and this is a good thing, and this is where we could definitely be of some help to each other. The city in the country that got the best high school basketball players.
Oh wow!
Let's go, King.
Yeah, that's what I say. That's where you go right there. I'm gonna leave that to them too.
Is it Chicago?
You talking about all around players, or you talking about just
that produced those guys? Is it that Baltimore area? Let's come on, King.
Okay, I'm gonna go 50-50 on this one. Cali puts out some studs, but Chicago puts out some animals. So I'm gonna say Cali and Chicago, because like I said, it's two different types of basketball. Finesse is all Cali. The bully mentality is all Chi-Town.
And we talking about the Mark Aguirre in them days and Isaiah days in Chicago.
Yeah, them is them bullies. Those are bullies out there. I'm a Kevin Garnett fan.
I don't know, that DMV pumps some guys out now.
Yeah, DC. I mean, New York puts them out. But California, Chicago, man, it's like I said, the level of basketball is about the same, but their mentality, like I said, Cali just plays different than Chicago. Mm-hmm. Chicago, like I said, they're rough, but in California, you will get somebody will pop 40 on you quick.
Yeah.
In Chicago, they gonna have a double in the first half. Period. That's what it is. Yeah, or in Arizona, they have what do they call them? Triple singles? That they call them, Malcolm? They call them triple singles.
That's what Barkley said about Draymond Green.
Right. Triple singles.
We'll discuss Draymond another time, but yeah, so that's about it, fellas, man. Like I said, you guys are more than welcome to come on the show anytime, man. We'll just talk sports. I mean, it ain't got to be no interview. I get a couple of my guys to come on. We just talking about sports all day, and next thing you know, we done got content for the channel. So
yeah,
you know what I mean. Okay. But I appreciate you guys, man. You guys are more than welcome to come back on anytime.
Thank you.
Yeah, appreciate it, man.
Appreciate it. We'll be there.
Definitely. With that, everybody in the chat, thanks for allowing us to be on y'all mind on a Sunday in week 11 of the NFL, man. And y'all take care. Have a blessed Sunday.